on, let's open it. I'm so excited. Not me, the treasure chest. Yippee! You did it! And what's that supposed to be? Those space pirates must have led a pretty miserable life if this was their most precious treasure. Well, at least we have a fabulous chest, and I already have an idea what we can do with it. We'll bury our own treasure. Do you have anything on you? Some wool from embroidery class? Wow, that's perfect! Our friendship ribbon, the string that ties us both together, so to speak. Come on, put it in there. Now we just have to bury the chest again and...
Lily! Where did the brat disappear to now? Lily!
That's Mother Superior. What does she want now? We should check before she explodes. You have to be careful, you know?
That took much too long for my liking. Is everyone finally here?
Freeman is missing, Mother Superior.
Say nothing more! Your lack of discipline has reached a level that I can no longer tolerate. From now on, all games on the convent grounds are forbidden. And until further notice, there will be no more dessert, and bedtime will be moved up by an hour. And in case you're wondering, it is the bad behavior of one specific student that has led me to take these measures. In my helplessness, I even decided to call on an expert for help. He's a renowned psychologist who will restore discipline and order here in the convent. The examination will take place this evening. The doctor will drive the mischief out of you once and for all. And I can guarantee this much. It won't be a pleasant experience.
A psychological examination? Oh, Lily, I'm sure this is all about me. I desperately need a plan. Meet me near the beds. I'll need your help.
You have the rest of the day off to think about what you've done wrong. I'd better not hear that you've used the time to create more mischief. And, Lily, I'm expecting you in my office. Now! I'm very disappointed in you, Lily. Can you ever do anything right? Not another word. Your constant excuses just make me even angrier. And now just don't stand around like an idiot. Well, get a move on. Feed the cat. Can't you see how emaciated Lumpy has gotten again? Oh, stupid child! Stop! What on earth are you doing? Bad, Lily. Very, very bad. You should really know that Lumpy doesn't eat regular cat food. But you've disappointed me for the last time. Here's the recipe for the right cat food. Bring it to Doris, the lunch lady. It contains exact instructions for preparing Lumpy's food. Doris can also find my lunch order for today on there too. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
And now, get out. I have to prepare for Dr. Marcel's arrival. I'm hoping that his new method of correcting character flaws will save me this kind of trouble in the future.
Lily felt miserable. Maybe Mother Superior was right, and this character correction would make everything better. The thought made Lily shudder. She had heard stories about Dr. Marcel. Dreadful stories. She should tell Edna the news.
Dr. Marcel, you say? This confirms my worst suspicions. The doctor and I still have an old score to settle. I'm sure he's coming because of me. Lily, I can't stay here any longer. I'm going to leave the convent and go into hiding for a while. There's just one catch. That guy Garrett, who's constantly lurking around. I think he's spying on us for Mother Superior. So long as he keeps poking his nose into everything, I can't move freely. Do you think you can find a way to keep him off me for a while?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lily, you're such a gem. What would I do without you?
Lily had never seen Edna so worried. Not even the night that she set fire to the vestry.
Shibuya power! Shibuya power! Volcano Mononoke! Shiny rainbow Miyazaki! Shing! Shing! Shibuya power! Shibuya power!
Shit, girl, you're so clueless about trends. Just look at how you dress. Don't you know that Shibuya and only Shibuya is hot right now? Where's your glitter? Where are your Japanese accessories?
Miyorushi sparkle! Miyorushi sparkle! Shing! Shing!
Oh man, you're really out of it, Lily. Why are you gawking at my hairdo? Don't tell me you've got your eye on my original Marushu Naoki hairpin. Can you believe it, Shy?
Don't believe. Just know. The warriors of light see with the power of love.
Just who does she think she is? Hiroyoshi Superfrog's arch enemy Soki Nuroshi Mayayoki Hagatsu?
Down with the dark forces. Trust in the elf magic of the glitter dust.
Exactly. Everyone knows that a real Shibuya girl will only part with her hairpin if it's a real emergency, and only if facing death.
Miyorushi sparkle. Mystical spirit of the wolf.
Mystical spirit of the wolf!
Kamanukri. Shing.
And anyway, what even makes you think we'll let you have any of our personal things? You haven't launched any radical paramilitary campaigns or done anything to help destroy the state.
We can't let the dark forces win.
Plus, you've never helped us destroy the school.
Does being warriors of the light really mean we have to destroy the school? It seems a little too hardcore to me.
But Riot Girl does it too! On page 31 in volume 453, she puts one of Nagayuzu's detonators in the teacher's lounge when the dark forces kidnap Musushi Rainbow. Shibuya is cool! Miyorushi sparkle! I already told you, you're not getting my hairpin. Only a true warrior of the light is worthy of it.
Powers of the light, call upon the moon spirits.
And until you start helping us fight the dark forces with a cool paramilitary campaign, don't even think of asking for our help.
Miyorushi sparkle! Miyorushi sparkle!
Uh-huh. Garrett was already there. Lily watched how her slippery fellow student disappeared into the chapel. After him!
Who do we have here then? Creepy Lily. How did it go with Mother Superior?
Leave her alone, Shawnee.
Only if she admits that all this trouble is her fault. We're not getting any dessert? That's right, Memphis. And we can't play outside anymore either. Is it asking too much to want to know why?
Stop picking on her. You don't really think that Lily, of all people, has done something wrong, do you? She's just not cool enough for that.
Exactly. She's such a good girl. She rakes, she cleans, she cooks. It's disgusting and dangerous because somehow it always ends in a disaster. Isn't that right, Lily? Ever since you came to the convent, it's been one strange accident after another.
hardly dare get out of bed anymore.
But none of this is your fault, is it? After all, you only do what you're told. I'm sure you're even running an errand for Mother Superior right now. Let's see what you've got there.
Shawnee!
Aha! I knew it! A recipe from Mother Superior. Well, I think I'll hold on to it for now. Let's see how Mother Superior likes having to wait for her food. And this time, our sweet Lily can face the music all by herself. Let's go, guys. We're off.
You're impossible.
What's this? Where had Garrett gone? The chapel didn't have a second exit.
Wait. No, nothing. I thought I detected a resonance echo in the floor. And where there's a resonance echo in a floor, the hollow space can't be far. A crypt. Or a hidden pool salon for Templars with outrageously hip hairstyles.
What?
Your question is completely justified. What would Templars be doing in a pool salon? It's just one of the countless mysteries surrounding the Templars. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Did they get a group discount ticket for their journey? And who was their hairstylist? There is just one answer to all these questions. The Great Church Conspiracy. And we can be certain that the evidence is buried beneath these stone slabs. If only I had the right tool to dig it up. Find it. Shh, for a second. Oh, great. If there's just been a landslide in the Templar's subterranean crypt, then now I've missed it. How the hell are you supposed to uncover church conspiracies if you keep getting interrupted? Just the constant stream of people going to confession is getting on my nerves. But compared to you, they're as quiet as church mice. I have no idea who they are. They creep into the confession booth and only come out when it gets too noisy for them. All that will be over with as soon as I have the right tool for my excavation anyway. Sorry, Lily, but I'm just not interested in small talk. All I care about are church conspiracies. There's a lot to talk about there, but unfortunately, most of it's secret. And without the right tool, I won't be able to uncover the secret. So either you go and get me the tool I need, or you just leave. That would be fine with me too. Shh! You're destroying the holy illuminescence of the stone slabs. And if they lose their illuminescence, they certainly won't be in the mood to reveal their secret anymore. And there's no doubt that they have a secret. I know Templar symbols when I see them. Where there are Templars, a secret crypt with details on church conspiracies can't be far. If only I had the right tool to drill them out. Then, all I'd need to know is which slab to drill under to get my hands on the church conspiracy. If it's one that has a neck, because there are those with a neck and those without.
Lily was impressed. Everything Frank said made sense.
Ah, very good. That's exactly what I need. Now, if I only knew where to drill, but such knowledge was probably lost long ago. No one is old enough to still remember the age of the Templars. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd have long since had that church conspiracy by the scruff of its neck. Oh well, I'll just start.
Damn, how am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey, Frank! Ah, what the hell?
A surveillance room. That was the hard evidence that Garrett was spying for Mother Superior. A surveillance room. Lily spent a lot of time in the confession booth. Only she knew what she mumbled during those long hours. At least ever since the father who took her confessions had died of a heart attack.
Damn! How am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey! Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
At first glance, the board didn't look very exciting, but Lily was used to making do with little. While other children unwrapped their presents at Christmas, she could find happiness in a pine needle dropped from a Christmas tree.
What's that for? If you really want to help, then decipher the symbols on the stones. I think I'm drilling in the wrong spot. Don't you know anyone who's good at history?
Damn! How am I supposed to work with all this noise? Hey! Frank! Frank! Ah, what the hell?
I'd like to be able to say that Lily had a plan, that she was thinking about luring Garrett into the confession booth and locking it shut with a bar. But Lily was just thinking about noise.
Damn! How am I supposed to work with all this noise? Frank! Ah,
The cross wobbled back and forth like it was dancing. Lily briefly considered whether she should point it out to Frank, but he was busy drilling through some kind of anchoring.
What was that? You impertinent little slug! I can't stand it when people gossip about me behind my back! The youth of today is becoming ever more insolent! No wonder, with all the violence and foul language in the media! If I could, I'd twist your heads off one by one! Where are my canning jars? I need something to calm my fingers! Otherwise, something terrible might happen here! Anything else? Do I have to explain it to you with puppets? Mealtime ended long ago! The only thing that I'm still cooking today is food for Mother Superior's cat! And the food for Mother Superior herself! Or I should say I would. But my knife disappeared. And on top of that, the stove in the cellar has gone out. So I couldn't cook anything anyway. However, the most important thing is that Mother Superior still wanted to send a recipe to me. You don't happen to have it on you, do you?
Mother Superior drank a calming tea. Maybe she should switch brands.
What are you creeping around here for? Feed the cat! Don't tell me you're done already. No, that's what I thought. I am slowly losing the will to keep constantly having to remind you children of what good values are. Take a look at the embroideries on the wall. They depict all of the important virtues. Superiority, strength, and self-control. I'm quite aware that self-control is missing. Do you think I'm blind? Now leave. I have to drink a calming tea. If you pass the classroom, remind Birgit to hurry up with her embroidering. If the self-control motif isn't finished today, I will really blow my top.
something was missing here. And even if it wasn't Lily's fault this time, she felt guilty anyway, just as a prevention. Lily had heard rumors that disobedient children were hung from this hook. Otherwise, Mother Superior used it to hang her tea kettle over the fire. Lily liked apples. They were healthy, and sometimes you found worms in them. At least they listened when you spoke to them. The hook was only meant for the tea kettle. There seemed to be some kind of bracket up on the wall, but Lily knew she wasn't supposed to play with her food. Food was such a sore loser. And when it started acting up, Lily would get scared. The coconuts were quiet today, but it didn't matter. By now, Lily knew enough about shrunken heads. Lily didn't want to spoil her nice friendship with the flower. Plants were the only things that still listened to her. Lily didn't want to spoil plants were the... Lumpy was hungry, or he was tired, or bored. It was always hard to tell with him.
Woohoo!
A note was pinned on the receipt holder.
Dear, crossed out, Ms. Zimmelbach, I have to say I'm very surprised by the way you fulfilled my request to send me a pet for my students' classroom. I had a real animal in mind, one that conveyed important values, like a puma or a boa constrictor. But the guinea pig you sent is useless to me. I've pickled it in alcohol to save it for the dissection class in biology. Send me a proper animal immediately, or you will not have heard the last of me. Regardless, Mother Superior Ignatz.
Either there was a picture missing here, or there was one too many hooks. Lily had a basic understanding of how the dumbwaiter worked. You took out the food and put the dirty plates back in when you were done. Lily had a basic understanding of how you took... Mother Superior had forbidden Lily from eating the deadly nightshade berries, but no one had said anything about taking them.
Coming to get her recipe back. If it isn't our little goody two-shoes Lily, you better split before I tie your shoelaces together. or worse. Oh, you really want the recipe back, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't know that. Just give me a sec so I can wrap it up for you with a bow.
Hey.
Lily was touched. It was so rare for her to get presents.
You so don't have a clue, do you? Get lost, Lily, or I'll be forced to call you names. Yeah, I'm a real badass. Just face it. You're not tough enough to make any demands around here. Tell me, how come you even dare to come here anyway? You know we're not allowed to play in the garden anymore. Or did Mother Superior send you? You can tell your beloved Mother Superior that I don't give a damn about her stupid rules. Ha! But I bet you're too scared. You're scared of your echo, right? And you should be, because one day, when you least expect it, who knows? You might turn around and see that someone has stolen your milk. Well. What's this? Is this you standing up for yourself? Just look at you, Lily, with your bow and your braids. You don't actually think you could stand up to a bad boy like me, do you? I was playing with matches before you said your first morning prayer. How could I ever take someone like you seriously? Do you know how to spit cherry pits or hunt sparrows with a slingshot? Just face it, you'll never be as tough as me, and that means you won't get your recipe either. What? Now you're upset? Did the nasty boy bother you again?
Uh-huh.
You're such a crybaby.
Shawnee didn't seem to be interested. Lily had to find some other way to impress him. Shawnee didn't... Lily... It looked like the termites had found a new home. And one of the gnomes that Lily saw now and then was in the process of painting it in various colors. Too bad that Freeman was no longer here. He would probably have liked it too. Lily would have liked to help the gnome with his work, but she had her own chores to do.
What? Quick! Close the door before anyone sees me! This is the last safe place in the entire convent, and I want it to stay that way. Now get lost before someone discovers me. If you're looking for your recipe, talk to Shorty. He pocketed it.
La 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 la.
The end of the world is near.
Loo 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 loo.
I am damned. Damned are you.
Dub dee 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 do.
Apocalypse now.
La 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 la.
The end of the world is near.
Dub dee 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 do.
Apocalypse now.
But
Psst. Someone might hear you, and then they'll take away my hiding place. And if they take away my hiding place, then I'll definitely be next. The stove is the safest place in the entire convent. You know, it has a Krupp steel casing, titanium reinforced interior walls, and is lead coated inside. I'd even survive a bomb attack in here. Don't even try talking me out of it. I'm staying here. It's much too dangerous out there.
Lily had no idea what Memphis was talking about, but he'd always been jumpy.
We're damned! Damned!
La 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 la.
The end of the world is near.
Da dee 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 do.
Apocalypse now.
There were those voices again, ordering Lily to burn her stuff. Too bad there was no fire in the stove. Memphis was trembling all over. No wonder. The stove had gone out. Lily got along great with Doris, the lunch lady. That's why she knew Doris would start throwing knives if anyone met. Too bad. The faucet was dry. Oh, how wonderfully the fully operational detonator on the aircraft bomb blinked. Lily missed the termites. Somehow the trees seemed so sad without them. The yard waste was rotting away leisurely in the composting bin. A paradise for maggots and spiders. Lily couldn't stop watching the fascinating activity in there. It was too bad for the compost. It was Lily would have liked to show the tree all of her great things, but it didn't even want to hear her. Oh well, Lily was used to it. It was hopeless. The tire swing was hanging so far away and seemed so unreachable that Lily thought she could almost see her popularity outlined behind it. Edna had apparently left an inscription here. Lily was touched. Edna was Lily's best friend. Shawnee didn't seem to be interested. Lily had to find some other way to impress him. It was the perfect place to get rid of the detonator, but Lily didn't really want to get rid of it yet. It was the perfect...
What's that? What do you have there?
But Lily didn't really want to get rid of it yet. Lily would have liked to help the gnome with his butt.
What's that for? If you really want to help, then decipher the symbols on the stone slabs. Don't you know anyone who's... Please stay off the slab. You're interfering
Lily, nice to see you. I hope Shawnee didn't upset you too much. He's an idiot. I think you're great, just as you are.
Lily's heart skipped a beat. This might have been the nicest thing anyone ever said to her.
You seem so tense. Is something wrong?
Lily would have liked to tell him her troubles, but she didn't want to give Edna away.
Well, if you need anything, I'm always there for you. I worry about you, you know. Keep your things to yourself. I'm sure you worked very hard for them.
Oh, a visitor. What a rare animal. The hawk. But I don't mean the remake. I mean the original with extra ketchup, please. How rude of me. I forgot to tell you how it used to be. When the pyramids were built, I was the chief flogger on the north side. Yes, in my life I've unified Tibet, I said. Back then I served as a carpet beater under 3 different Dalai Lamas. For one of them, I was even there as a rebirth assistant in the maternity ward. It was very different from the year I was an interior decorator for the Mayas. Build a mythical sliding puzzle here, hide a few artifacts in dark alcoves over there. Oh yes, I was building secret crypts when you were still in the indie band Inquisition Overload. But it flopped, unfortunately. The time wasn't right for that kind of music. Plus, our drummer had the plague. I got old. So old that all I'm good for now is as an exhibition piece for history class. I'll get to that in a moment. First, I wanted to tell you, telling stories takes a lot of skill. That's why I worked for a while as an exhibition piece for history class in a convent school. I just had to tell stories about my adventures once a week. For example, how I used to excavate secret crypts with the Templars below the school chapel. Or about my time as a lighting assistant for the moon landing. What? I must have dropped off for a moment. But I was just going to tell you an exciting story from my past. Was it the story of how I tried to navigate to Cape Town and ended up discovering the Eurasian continent? Oh, I know. I wanted to tell you how I helped the Templar Knights build the convent chapel, right? I was particularly happy because I had eaten a banana. Or was I sad because all there was to eat was coconuts again? No, the coconuts were when the Trojan mayor gave me the key to the city for my heroic valor. Or was my heroic valor while building dikes in Atlantis? But I think I had an apple that day. Wasn't I a little more sleepy in Atlantis? And angry while building the chapel? Oh, what poppycock. I'm getting everything mixed up. Fortunately, I created a memory aid just for this anecdote, so that I'd remember the location of the secret crypts below the convent chapel. Uh-oh, someone tidied up the shelf. That's where the objects for my 3 E's should be. emotion, engagement, and eating. Now I can't make a fool of myself. Now let's see. Oh, something to eat. It reminds me of a day when I ate something. But there were a lot of those, even if not recently. I need a little more help to remember the details. Just put those things on the shelf over there. That's where I built a memory aid. And ask me again once the memory aid is set up.
It was the old man's memory aid. If Lily wanted him to help her, she had to find the right objects: an emotion, an engagement, and something to eat. It was the old if Lily an emotion. It was the old man's memory aid. If Lily wanted him to help her, she had to find the right objects: an emotion. Mother Superior had forbidden Lily from eating the deadly nightshade berries, but no one had said anything about taking them. It was the old man. Someone had trapped the guinea pig in a glass. The animal took it in stride. It didn't even try breaking out. It was the old man.
Hey, don't touch it. That's my old Boy Scout equipment. Only certified Boy Scouts are allowed to touch it.
Oh, it wasn't the skeleton from biology class after all. It was just the old man again, from history class.